Juliet Gardiner. Juliet Gardiner, born 24 June 1943, is a British historian and a commentator on British social history from Victorian times through to the 1950s. She is a former editor of History Today magazine, a research fellow at the Institute of Historical Research of the School of Advanced Study at the University of London, an honorary fellow at the Institute for Advanced Studies in the Humanities under the University of Edinburgh. She has taught at Middlesex University and Oxford Brookes University. Gardiner has also worked as a publisher for Weidenfeld and Nicolson. Since 2001, she has been a full-time writer. Early years. In her autobiography, Gardiner writes that she was born to an unmarried mother identified as Olivia from Italy. At the age of 2, she was adopted by a Hemel Hempstead sanitary inspector called Charles Wells and his wife Dolly. Her new parents renamed her Gillian. Work. Her books include Wartime, Britain 1939-1945 headline, 2004, which recounts the history of the home front during World War II. Gardiner also wrote the books to accompany the Channel 4 television series The 1940s House 2000 and The Edwardian Country House 2002, and 3 books linked to exhibitions at London's Imperial War Museum, From the Bomb to the Beatles 1999, The Children's War, The Second World War Through the Eyes of the Children of Britain 2005, and The Animals' War, Animals in Wartime from the First World War to the Present Day 2006. Gardiner was also the editor of Who's Who in British History 2000, Collins and Brown, The History Today Companion to British History 1996, Collins and Brown with Neil Wimborne, and the Penguin Dictionary of British History 2000. She acted as historical consultant to the Film of Atonement and is a frequent broadcaster on radio and television, a reviewer and a contributor to the national press, including the Sunday Times, Sunday Telegraph, Financial Times, The Guardian and BBC History. Gardiner's book on 1930s Britain, The 30s, An Intimate History, was published by HarperCollins in 2009. Its purpose was, as Gardiner herself has explained, to take the structure of the 1930s, formed over the years by political and economic historians, and fill in as many details as possible about how people lived their lives during that period. Gardiner's most recent book, The Blitz, The British Under Attack, was published in 2010 by Harper Press. In 2012, Gardiner wrote and presented a series for BBC Radio 4 entitled The History of the Future, a series of 10 programs exploring how cultures of the past viewed the possibilities of the future. Personal. On 18 February 1961, she married George Gardiner, a British Conservative Party politician and journalist. During the next couple of years, she stopped being Gillian and became Juliet. She would later describe being married to a Conservative politician as being like a vicar's wife who doesn't believe in God. There were 3 recorded children, but in 1980 the marriage ended in divorce.